Police have now issued an arrest warrant for former University of Kentucky cheerleader Laken Snelling. And this is after a Kentucky grand jury indicted Snelling on one count of first-degree manslaughter in the death of her newborn baby. Now, Snelling was first arrested last August after her baby was found dead, wrapped in a towel, thrown in a trash bag in her closet. The 21-year-old told police she'd passed out after giving birth, fell on top of the baby, and when she woke up, she reportedly saw the infant turning blue and purple. But then there was a further investigation, and it reportedly revealed that Snelling told medical staff the newborn had actually shown some fetal movement, made a whimper after he was born. So Snelling was originally facing charges like with corpse abuse, evidence tampering, concealing a birth. But yesterday's manslaughter indictment comes after the medical examiner determined the baby was born alive and then asphyxiated. Now, Snelling pleaded not guilty to the original charges. She's been on house arrest at her family's Tennessee home. She's now set to be arraigned on April 20th and faces a maximum of 20 years in prison if convicted of manslaughter. Podcaster Stephanie Pratt, host of Steph's Case Files, has been following the Snelling case since day one. She also knows Laken's mom. Stephanie joins me now. Thank you so much for taking the time. I first want to ask you about why this indictment now and why for manslaughter, because I read it, and if I'm understanding correctly, you tell me if I'm wrong, there has to be an intent to cause serious physical injury or intent to cause death through an extreme emotional disturbance or intentional abuse, and then it results in death. It's not like, oh, I fell asleep and I fell on top of the baby. It was reckless. It was an accident. This is different. What leads authorities to believe this? And again, why indict her now?
Well, we know after the second autopsy findings that the baby died due to asphyxiation of unknown means. And basically, they know that the baby suffocated, although they can't tell exactly how. There's a difference between murder and manslaughter. First-degree murder, there's intent, there's premeditation, there's planning. But with a first-degree manslaughter charge, there is only in the heat of the moment or under severe distress. And they note that in the affidavit, in the arrest warrant, that this first-degree manslaughter charge is because of some sort of duress in the spur of the moment decision made by Laken, which led to the infant's death.
And if these allegations are true, we're trying to get a sense of what happened here. So I understand that you grew up with Laken's mom in Kentucky. What can you tell us about Laken? What can you tell us about her mom personally? What should we be knowing about them and their dynamic?
Well, I grew up with her mom in a town called Harlan County, Kentucky. It's a small coal mining town. Everybody knows everybody. A very, very conservative family. We did not have the same clique of friends as most high schools do. My family was very poor. Her family was very prominent. Her parents, grandparents owned 2 restaurants in the area, which was really unknown to me, at least. I didn't know, and none of my friends had parents that were business owners. So her mom, Michelle, cheerleaded just like Laken did, was a very competitive cheerleader. And we all, I don't want to say this negatively because I don't know. I want to make it clear that I don't know Michelle. I haven't seen her since high school. But there is a competitiveness, there is a willingness to have a certain perception about their family, which may be some of the duress that Laken felt in that moment.
Can I just amplify that a little bit? And to be clear, this could be speculating and you don't have to say it, but based on what you know, and I don't know if you've ever met Laken herself, but what are you going to be looking out for as this case progresses based on what you know of this family that may give some indication, if these allegations are true, she's innocent until proven guilty, but if these allegations are true, what are you going to be looking out for the potential why here?
I don't have a reason for a why because Laken has a very generous, supportive family. She still has grandparents that live there in Harlan County. Everybody in Harlan County knows the Snelling family and the Brackett family.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.